What's up, Zox fam? Now, we have a lot to get into today's video. Not only was it confirmed that Season 1 will be announced at Gamescom this year, and I want to get into what we're doing for that, but I also wanted to get into my game plan, what I feel like not only am I going to be doing, but what others could also be doing to prepare for Season 1 so that you can make sure that you're getting the most just in case if anything changes. And I want to kind of talk about a couple of things that could potentially change that we've already seen, right? And even some things that we may not have seen yet. So let's go ahead and let's get right into it. All right. So first things first, guys, Gamescom, right? For those of you guys that don't know, this is a major event for a lot of gaming companies to be able to showcase their games. And there's going to be an array of games from mobile to AAA. And so we're going to be checking out Gamescom, tuning into the live stream. So if you guys are interested, definitely make sure you guys come through. I have it all scheduled out on the channel. We'll, have the chance to kind of talk about some things and how you guys are feeling about TFD, but most importantly, being able to experience and see what's coming for Season 1. Now, there was an article that was actually put out on this as well, and I'm not going to read the entire thing, but some of the things that they actually go to say is that basically Nexon has shared the release window for Season 1, and it will introduce a new character as teased in Update 1.0.7 patch notes. So remember, if you guys have not checked that out, they did tease a brand new character that's going to be coming into the game. And I'm actually pretty excited for that because this could potentially be another unit that's giving us some more damage for guns. And from what it looked like, what we speculated, it looked like it was a potential sniper. Now, they also go to say that there have been 3 new characters or playable characters that have been foreseen already for the future. But I still don't know who those are. If you guys know, well, keep it to yourself, okay? No, I'm kidding. But either way, there are going to be more playable characters that's going to be coming. And there also could be another, descendant named Haley from what they're speculating. Now, it also says, in addition to the game's roadmap for 2024, it reveals we'll be getting more amazing skins, including another ultimate following on from Valby. So this is obviously something that I think is really huge. I kind of want to talk about Valby in a video at some point, but hopefully we get another ultimate that's just really cool and that people absolutely want to aim for. So again, we're going to be checking this out at Gamescom. I think this is going to be really sick. And we're going to absolutely have a ton of fun with this, I feel like. There's a lot of things that's going to come that we'll be able to take advantage of. And hopefully we get a ton of stuff, new maps, all that stuff. So I'm really excited. Now, I want to jump into my game plan, okay? And the reason why this is because I'm putting so much time into the game. I put an insane amount of time into this game. And I think that now that we're closing into another massive update coming and seeing some of the changes that happen with the implementation of Luna and Valby, I wanted to make sure that I was as prepared as possible for some of those changes and things that get added into the game as they get added into the game. So one thing, right, and this is the first thing that I want to make sure that I'm planning, that I would actually advise a lot of you guys to make sure that you're starting to farm, get these out of the way, because I feel like this is one of the things players don't tend to really go and do nearly as much, especially when it's on rotation, is reactors. Okay. Reactor farming is going to be one of the big things that I'm going to be tackling before Season 1. All the characters that I'm fully invested in, if they're on rotation right now, like we have 3 days on this rotation, this is a perfect week, for example, for non-attribute. So if you're building, say, Glay, for example, right? This is a perfect week for non-attribute general rounds, right? So this is something that, again, like you usually want to look for the weapon type if there is a specific weapon type you're trying to do. And then, of course, the attribute. And then if they're also dimensional or singular, whichever one they are, then you go for that. But this is perfect for Glay, for example. So I'm trying to get all her stuff done. Now, some of you guys might be like, well, Zox, that's pretty obvious. Well, here's the thing, guys. They mentioned that there's new characters coming into the game, but this also probably more than likely means that we could be seeing a few new ultimates coming into the game. And let's just say 2 of them are general round guns. This is going to heavily dilute the current pool that we have for reactors. It's only going to make it harder to farm those reactors. Now, the only real way this really wouldn't be a factor is if they decide that the new areas, if they add new areas, is where those reactors will drop. And I think that that is like I would say a piece of advice that I could give at least is one way to prevent the pool from being diluted is creating a like within that other area. Instead of having all the guns on those reactors, you just have like whatever said guns exist in the game, and then whatever guns get added with that region, you then add it to that region, for example. So again, outside of that though, to our current knowledge and what we know, this is something that you want to make sure you're getting done, because again, it only becomes harder to try to find and isolate the stats that you're looking for. And it's only going to be, something that just gets harder progressively as they continue to add games. Like every time they add a new gun, your specific reactor for the certain weapon type is going to become more diluted. It's going to be much harder to get the gun, one, to actually drop, but then also two, then to get the same exact or get the set stats that you are looking for. So this would be one of the things that's number one on my priority list, because I know the main thing a lot of players have been doing is basically leveling characters. And I will say, like, yes, leveling characters is important, but you can actually do that anytime. The reactor is a very specific time window, and when your week rotation is up, hey, you don't know when you're going to see that rotation specifically for that. Again, it could be a week, 2 weeks, and that's something that you just don't want to miss out on. So if you have a rotation up for any of the characters that you main, make sure that you do that. Okay, so that's number one. The second thing that I feel like is really important, guys, is to shift focus into your guns. I cannot stress this enough. Like, again, I get it. Everyone's trying to get certain characters, etc. But they have already told us that they wanted to shift the direction of the game from all the skill-based stuff where, characters are doing fireballs and electric zaps and all this other stuff to actually making the gunplay just as viable, which we're already starting to see that shift. I would definitely say that this is the period of time before we have season one come, because obviously there's the announcement, but there'll probably be a little bit of a window in between season one and the actual releasing of season one, getting some more guns farmed up, guys. So I'm currently working on, so just to kind of give you guys some suggestions or ideas, I obviously already finished Greg's. I would say Python's an amazing gun that you can get done, really good damage gun. You have guns like Blue Beetle. That's the one that I want to get done. Afterglow. I think I just crafted. So let me actually look here. I just crafted, what is it called? I don't think did I claim it yet? I don't think I claimed it yet. It's another one of the snipers. I think it's Piercing Light, I think it is. So yeah, that's one of the ones that I just did. Obviously for those of you guys that have not finished your Thunder Cage, probably want to get that done. It's a super easy gun to do. Of course, another project that I'm working on, Secret Garden. So there's a lot of different guns that you could be aiming for. Of course, picking ones that best suit the character that you're trying to work for or work on is going to be the best bet. But I think that this is definitely one of the big things. Now, okay, of course, why, right? And the reason is because from what we've seen already, and let me see if I actually have any in my bag, right? So they went and they did something called Mutant A or Double A, right? And this is actually something that changed some of the amorphosis to drop some of the things that they were adding into the game. Now, the thing is that I highly doubt that amorphosis are just going to stop dropping the things that they already have. They're just going to be updated and shifted and adjusted with things. So the thing is that it is possible that something that is on a much easier grind or farm could be shifted around. And so you definitely want to take advantage of farming those things while it's currently in a specific place, because for the most part, I can only see things progressively shifting into places that might be a little bit more annoying so that they can get more of those newer, fresher things onto the parts or places that might be easier to farm. Now, again, if they add new areas, then this could definitely vary quite a bit. But if we're seeing anything similar to what we've seen with the implementation of Luna and Valby, that definitely was a shift. And then, of course, those amorphoses were just completely abolished. So like 94 was a pattern that existed, but now it's only 94 mutant double A. So, those are something, some of the things that you have to kind of think about as things are a certain way. They could very well change. And, if you have an opportunity to get them now, while they could be potentially easier to get, I would definitely say that is something that you want to actually take advantage of and do at this current moment before things change in the game completely. Now, I don't know if some of you guys realize, but we are coming to an end on the Battle Pass preseason. Now, I know some of you guys are like, wait, but Zox, this is for people that spend money. No, there is a section. If you have not been paying attention, I just like pointed it out to one of the homies. Shout out to EXO. Because for the Battle Supply Shop, for example, he didn't even realize there was a second page here. So he like would have actually started what he, in his words, would have started buying everything on the second page first before he started buying things on the first page. The thing is that you want to get this as much of this completed as possible because these are freebie rewards, guys. Those that are looking to, customize their character, put dyes and all that other stuff on them, to have some pretty cool transition animations and stuff like that. This is the free stuff that they offered with this battle pass. Now, of course, I'm hoping that there's even better things in the battle supply shop for season 1 that actually look cool, right? Because I think that that's only going to be more of an incentive for people to do this. But you definitely want to get this done. Again, the missions for this are pretty, they're like they're a little annoying. But I mean, the thing is that you definitely still have to do them if you want all this stuff. I think, of course, between that and I think there's a weekly challenge as well here that also will give you some of the rewards. So like you can see here, there's some previous weeks that even for me, I haven't finished. And these are going to be things that you got to get done. Again, like one thing, for example, that everyone needs to make sure they're trying to aim for is hitting mastery rank 20, for example. I know there's some people that probably have never seen this screen, but this is really, really important. Like I need to actually clear another 50K kills. Like I didn't even realize I need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that is going to be huge to take a look at because this is, again, freebie stuff, guys. Freebie rewards. I know some of you guys are super bent on having some of those things. And with the season coming to an end, I definitely would say get those freebies while it's hot because who knows, they might not ever run these things again. And that's just something that you missed out on, especially if you're a day one player. So absolutely, absolutely make sure that you guys grab those. Now, of course, one of the last things that I wanted to mention was, again, looking at the units, right? And I feel like for me personally, and like I said, this is just my game plan and some of the things that I'm just trying to get done. And I just figured I would mention them to you guys. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm finishing up my character leveling, right? And the characters that I want to invest in with catalysts and things of that nature. And the reason why that is because what I wanted to start to do, obviously getting whoever I can to get them for mastery, but I also wanted to start stacking crystallization and activators because I think that this is a great time to start doing that because there's probably going to be some meta guns, some extremely ridiculous characters possibly that's going to be coming into the game. And if you can have resources stocked up to be able to just go straight into investing into them. So like imagine, right? Say like right now, and this is just hypothetical, if you stop right now investing in, like you did your last character investment that you were going to do on your account for right now, right? And then say from here to after the announcement, we'll see what the window of time is to like season 1. You just stacked up crystallization. You would be able to probably max out that brand new 1 or 2 units as soon as they drop, right? Maybe even down to maxing out the gun. And again, I would even emphasize the guns, right? I think one thing that is probably the most lackluster on most people's accounts is not just character, but it's gun diversity, which I also feel like is going to be really important coming with this new content. So being able to have enough crystallization to go right into just your proficiency leveling. If we get any buffs, that's what I'm also expecting too, is that we could get some buffs. And so later on, if you're feeling like, okay, I want to level up some more stuff, there'll probably be some buffs and rewards and stuff that they give us for the start, releasing of season 1. That's something that they've kind of established as a reoccurring thing that they tend to want to do. So I'm expecting that to possibly happen as well. So of course, there's a lot of things that I definitely think you want to get done now. But if you have the opportunity to, I would definitely say try to stack as much of that currency as you possibly can. I think like even for me, I got like right now 9 I got 9 catalyst blueprints that I'm going to go ahead and get done. I'm already starting to work on some more energy activators. I got to go and farm some more of those resources. I got 3 crystallization catalysts sitting here, and I know that my account is not even the closest to being stacked. There's probably some of you guys that's free to play, and if not just sweatier than me, that got crazy amounts. But yeah, all important stuff that you want to make sure that you're hoarding and starting to stack for when these new things come. Now, again, if you have things on your account that you have not finished, get those things finished. But I definitely would say the closer and closer that we get to season 1, you definitely want to start preparing for that new content. I would even argue, like, if you have not been playing on the game, guys, get on the game, grind out, get things done, because you want to be able to just play season 1, right? I really think, you know, a lot of you guys, including myself, really wouldn't want to be doing any of the preseason stuff that we've had already. I want to be going straight into season 1 stuff and having a blast with that. So that's basically going to be that as far as what I'd be basically cleaning up. Let me know in the comment section what it is that you would be cleaning up on your account or getting done. Any advice that you guys have for players that are still confused and trying to figure out what direction they need to go in. I would truly appreciate that if you let them know down below. But that's going to be that, guys. I'm extremely excited. I hope to see some of you guys at the live stream for Gamescom, man, so we can get into what the First Descendant has to offer. So that's going to be that, guys. Everyone, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.